truth, did you guys ever think you were going to enter a relationship?
I have a confession. There was a, oh gosh, there was some the thing about her is sometimes she says things and she's trying to be genuine, like she doesn't want to say anything.
What was that?
Mind your business. But I think if we don't put two cents in it, we're not in the drama. Like.
Yeah. And it's not always about having male friends that leads to feelings, because you can have male friends who are just staying as a friend.
For me, I'd say it was a 6 out of 10. The best thing was my friends, because they made it so cringe, but they made the experience better. And I feel like if these guys didn't come to school, I wouldn't really enjoy it. And my weakness would be, I'd say the whole school itself, like it was really disorganized, because we had 2 sites and there was a lot of conflict between like organizing.
Mine would probably be like a 6.5 or 7 as well. Like they don't really support your work ethics. I feel this school, they like when you're at the average level, they just leave it there. They don't really like push you to actually achieve what you want unless you show the determination and say, I want to get this grade and I need you to help me. But strength is, yeah, finding like-minded people who are on the same level as you, they have the same like goal as you, and like people to talk about Christ with, and it's not like, oh, here she goes again.
I would rate my 6-month experience a 6.5 out of 10. One strength I believe would be obviously like my friends. We just sound so cold, but we're moving it. But throughout secondary school, I kind of had like an identity crisis. That I didn't know who I was, but I felt like when I got into the right group of friends, I was able to, journey on into venture into my purpose. My weakness, I think, would be like the fact that the teachers don't really like communicate with you, in the sense that if you're kind of like, but I don't know if this is like a general sixth form thing. I think it's just because of my sixth form. Like I just felt like my teachers didn't tell me like what my strengths and weaknesses were.
I'll say mine is probably like an 8, because I don't want to regurgitate everything everyone else said, but in the sense as well, friendship, community, godly community. Negative, I would say I probably wish I was a bit more serious from the start, a bit more like every week, every homework that we do, I'm doing it to the best.
I would say my strength would be, obviously as everyone said, friendship groups, and also being able to speak about Christ, because I think that's one thing I always struggled with, or I would, not that nobody would know I'm a Christian, but I wouldn't necessarily like, in the midst of a debate or something, bring up a Christian point, which is how it's meant to be.
Was the workload more or less than you expected?
I think I kind of came to sixth form with the impression that the workload was going to be harder. But I'm not going to lie, it did hit me at one point.
How did you find the people you're with now? Because you guys are a tight group and I'm struggling to find people like that.
I think it's just about the prayer. Just pray what you want, and also don't make it your priority, but don't come into sixth form expecting I want the best friendship group. But just know that the people you're going to be around have to be good people anyway. And because like all of us, we don't even know how we became friends, but we all gravitated.
Don't isolate yourself too much, because everyone gets caught up in I need to be independent, but if you're too independent, it will get to, sometimes you're in class here and you want to ask somebody for maybe help or something. If you're too by yourself, there'll be no one you can speak to.
Yeah.
So make sure if there's opportunities for you to make friends, you go out there.
Also keep an open mind, because I wasn't expecting to have male friends at all, I'm not gonna lie. But because like it was just like, what's the point? I've done secondary school without no male friends. I can do another 2 years without male friends, but they give good advice sometimes, like, and they show you a different view in life and stuff like that. So keep an open mind.
You may not like it, but
and it's not always about having male friends that leads to feelings, because you can have male friends who are just staying as friends.
there can be platonic relationships.
Nothing has to do with
nothing more, nothing less. And also, sorry, just to add on to like that point, I feel like it also comes from you, in the sense that you need to know what you want. So you need to know that these are the type of people that I need to keep around me. So then that slowly you start like gravitating away from people that pull you down or don't take you to where you need to go. If that makes sense.
Honest truth, did you guys ever think you were going to enter a relationship?
No, I came to this school knowing. No, actually, at the start, I was saying this. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Year 11 summer, I was in my feelings for no reason. I was like, yeah, I was gonna get married. But chemistry first week year 12, I put that to bed. Like,
Because I know you guys might disagree. I'm gonna bounce on from that. I'm not gonna lie. My last relationship was year 10, so I said to God at a certain age I want to be married. So I kind of calculated. I was like, okay, God, so at this age I need to maybe not have a boyfriend, maybe meet the guy that I'm interested in. I'm not gonna lie. At the start of year 12, I was looking around my class. I was like, okay. But then it wasn't until like A-levels probably kicked in, I realised I shouldn't have time for this. So yeah.
Don't lie to yourself, you know you want a boyfriend.
I think that mentality comes from that. We think sixth form people are big, like you are adults.
They're childish.
Very
childish.
Some of these people have finally got into their year 9.
I have a confession. There was somebody.
No, why are you laughing? Confession time.
There was somebody here that I said to myself, if me and this boy don't go out, me and this boy will go out in sixth form, and I'm happy.
Yeah. That's I was ready. I was like, I am developed. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I am a girl. I'm going to. In fact,
I'm 17, 18. What's come on?
No,
I'm a big girl now. When I was hearing stories from my relatives saying, yeah, I had a boyfriend in sixth form. Me too.
Yeah. I'm gonna die.
But in conclusion, you don't have time for it. Lock it up. Go and marry your specification.
Woo! Do you think you can find lifelong friends in sixth form?
100%. Stay right here.
Yeah.
Squaw.
I'm not gonna lie. You know, at the start of the year, when everyone's excited, so there's always that group chat that everyone's in.
No, you won't think.
It won't.
You won't.
Don't even put that title of like long-term friend
Yeah.
yet. Just become friends, and then you can see where it goes from there. Not all friends are meant to be forever. I'm not gonna lie, but
And you know, and you know what it is? Some of our teachers told us that around year 12, 13, that's when friendship groups, like there's tension and it happens. But I feel like for lifelong friends, if after all the tension, you guys are still mutual, you guys are still cool, I'd say that shows that you guys are lifelong friends. Because you know how everyone says friends are there for a reason, for a season. It's actually true.
Yeah.
It's not until because with sixth form there's so much stress. It's not until you and your friends go through that stress that you see if you can make it
true. I feel like you actually have to have tension in your friendship because it's fake. I promise you. I promise you, because if you can't overcome disagreements, you can't agree with everybody. I don't think that's even possible. Like, everyone is different, and if you can't be yourself in a friendship group, because your personalities have to clash. I was trying to keep it calm and keep it.
What was the biggest lesson you learned?
There's people that are always looking for your downfall. In the sense that, like, me personally, I'm exposed. You know what? No cap. Not everyone has your best interests at heart. So in the sense that, for me personally, I felt like from year 12 to year 13, whenever something happens, people are always waiting for a reaction from me. And because one of my flaws as a person is that, like, I get very angry, and when I get angry, I just do I need to do that? And the thing is, when I do that, when I start doing that, people are like, oh, she's mad, you know that minute, she's crazy, she's this, she's that. And sometimes when I don't even say something, people are still like, what, has Emmanuel seen it? What? Yes, I have seen it. I'm keeping myself composed. So you just need to remember that there's people that will always like want to trigger you and always try and get those your flaws out of you. And I just feel like that's also like a test of patience. Is it just? Well, test of patience for me. I feel like I'm kind of happy for those situations because I feel like they were tests of patience.
I would say just to mind your business. To be honest, stay in your lane. You know what you're here for. It's 2 years. You're not here to do rosy dandy, whatever that means.
I don't think that's
know. You know what I'm talking about? Just in the sense, like, you're not here to do a madness. You're here to get your A-levels. You're here to find people, like-minded people, that you can go to the next level of your life, whatever that may be. So it's just stay in your lane, mind your business, drink your water, and you'll prosper.
Come on.
Oh.
Did you guys lose contacts with your secondary school friends?
I didn't really. I still talk to them because I feel at the end of secondary school, like, mine and Emmanuela's situation is a bit techie because, like, we went to a school that was predominantly white, so all the black girls, we just came together and decided let's be friends. But we weren't friends. Like, it was almost fake. Especially towards the end, we started to realize it's fake, and then I kind of outlined to everybody, I'm not going to be friends with all of you. Like, I actually point back period, I said, we're not going to be friends. But so some of them I still keep in contact with them. Some of you guys, no, we're not friends. It's okay. Be me.
You don't have to be friends with everyone.
No, you don't.
I think with me, I'm in contact with my friends, yeah. But I feel like people who, you know, sometimes, especially that summer after year 11, you actually reflect. Like it's a long time to reflect on, like, and you realise who your actual, and this isn't shame, you actually realise who your actual friends are because you're still in contact. But the people who I'd say I was like maybe mutual friends with, we just kind of grew apart, which is natural. But I'd say one thing is, even though you may not speak to some people before, don't close it off, because you never know, like eventually you might be in contact, but make sure it's natural. Because for me, I'm like a very nice person, and I'd rather hurt myself than to hurt somebody else. So when it came to friendship groups, I was kind of compromising my feelings, and you know when you feel awkward with a friend, you just force it to the same way. So I think just be natural, and if you drift apart, you drift apart. It's life.
And Justin says, look, there's obviously going, because you're not in the same space with them every day like you were before, there's going to be, not a drift, but a natural, you may not speak to them every day, but still being in contact with them is a positive thing.
Another question is, why did you pick sixth form over college? I just wanted A levels, I can't lie.
My
Don't
mom, my parents.
And I think a lot of the time, sixth formers, not look down, but there's kind of like a hierarchy in the educational world. So it's a thing. If you want to go to college, you want to do your catering, you want to do all of that, that's your plan.
If you have a plan, just go
for it. Don't go to A levels just because that's the social norm.
I'm not here for the social norm. I'm not here for the social norm. I'm not here for the social norm.
Did you expect drama at your sixth form going to a grammar school?
I didn't. Because it was a grammar school, and like Abigail said, I came from a comprehensive school. In fact, in my comprehensive school, we didn't even have our school didn't have that many arguments and stuff. So I thought definitely it's a grammar school, like suit type of grammar school. I thought everyone would be mature.
Even sixth form, I was thinking this come to a place with grown people.
I mean, it was funny.
This is where we go back to Diane's point, mind your business.
But
I think if we just put 2 cents in it, we're not in the drama.
And the crazy thing is that we didn't involve ourselves in drama, but the fact that we're still hearing about it, it just shows that people just like to talk.
And I feel like I've concluded I'm going to find in every level in my life, I'm going to find drama. Because I honestly came to this place thinking I'm going to be the unserious one. Those people aren't even unserious, to be fair. Some people that had drama weren't even unserious, but like grow up. As in, I don't understand. Like some of it was very confusing, it was very immature, but
what kind of people would you find in the sixth form?
Every kind of person.
Anybody you want to find.
The stirrer, the gossiper, in fact gossipers.
Unserious.
You will see
The ones in the middle.
You will see people that say, this test I ain't got a pattern.
Number one.
Poof.
Yeah.
How did you get it in? I don't even know how I got it. You know, I barely
Mind you, honestly, be yourself, because if you decide to actually listen to what people are saying, you will fail.
Don't leave that thing where it's like, oh, you didn't revise, okay, that's cool, we're together now.
No. Okay, who made you laugh the most in your friendship group?
I would say Diane.
The thing about Diane, she's just actually a person, she doesn't have to do anything and you'll start laughing.
Even what she says, it's not even meant to be funny, it's just funny.
we all made each other laugh though.
Yeah.
Should we say like how each of us made each other laugh?
I think the thing about her is sometimes she says things and she's trying to be genuine, like she doesn't want to say anything.
What word was that?
Genuine.
Trying to be serious, yeah. And sometimes she'll say things and she like we'll start laughing, she'll be like, what are you laughing at? She says things. Yeah, with Diane. Diane says stupid things like that.
That's
That's Diane. That's Diane. One more thing with Diane. Do you guys remember she stick?
I love sounds like, you know when you were watching the
With Emmanuela, she always has examples of something. Like for example, when we're speaking about, I don't know, like when do people do this? She'll have somebody, she'll know someone from church. So no.
She's a meme. She's who got checked me? Who got checked me?
No, I've changed my mind. We can't yet. We can't. Because there's been so many times she's been out in public. She's done things.
My dad hates bread. Why
English study, so we go to a specific room, right? And because it's year 11, year 11s are here, they're in the room revising. But usually you will go in there. So we stood there, they were all staring, don't know what the issue was.
That's the first mistake.
But so there was no sign of them moving, and I was just like happy. Okay, we can go to wherever. Victoria was, no, I will not be a pushover.
Because really and truly, stop the real one. Yeah, stop standing on
stand up for your rights.
Oh, I think what's funny about Aya is like her small statements. So she'll be like, don't care. Her man, no cap. Or she's just like, you don't even try, you're just funny. Like, yeah, Victoria. Where do we start? Where do we start? But I think it's one of those things. One of those things.
Amen.
Do you disagree?
I think it's one of those ones where it's like, I don't know, like she's a bit fresh. Even if you want like good advice, like even if you want good advice from Victoria, she'll go and make it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, which is good though. Emmanuela is just a walking gift.
Facts.
You know them ones where that's what I'm like, well go check me. Diane's just a comedian at heart.
And she does stand up.
She does
You need to do videos if you're stand up.
She does stand up.
And do you not do stand up?
Yes, you do. Hello.
What your £5 that's crumpled in the seats? I'm gonna want that.
Her statements are starkly rude but funny. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Very political.
She'll put it on the table and you're like, stop it. That's a bit much, but it's fine. What else? There's more, but we can't go into it. Emmanuela, yeah, her statements. It's true. Victoria. Yeah, what? Them two, their dance moves.
Terrible. Excuse you, I cannot make it. I think I'm amazing.
But she does it silly sometimes.
Yeah, I know how to dance. I
can wholeheartedly take that one. I cannot.
Come on.
And Ayo, she draws out random people. But if she's not there, I can do it.
Abigail, you see with Abigail, I feel like she's rude, but she doesn't know that she's rude.
I wouldn't say rude, but just say she's starkly honest.
Yeah.
What's your stuff?
You know what it is? I feel like Abigail's honest in a brutal way.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
But it's funny.
With Diane, I think this is you two do it together. There'll be times, yeah, we're just on the bus and then something will happen. These two are already making faces.
Oh, you know the ones where you say, don't look this way, don't. Don't zoom in.
Victoria, she kind of makes, well, it's already been reheated, but she kind of like, you know when you're in this situation, this sticky situation and you talk about it, she makes it funny, but then she'll still let you know where you messed up.
Yeah.
And then you still feel it in your chest, but it's funny, innit? You're laughing.
What we move.
Yeah.
Love that.
And laughter is the medicine of life. Don't be stuck.
This is what I think it leads on to the next question.
Floyd Benjamin's in the definitely. You know, with Ayo, it's like the small things that she does that makes me laugh. It's like, sometimes we just have a conversation, she'll be like, yeah, me? Why are you putting your hand there?
Don't care.
She's like, no. And it's like, she does stuff that you wouldn't expect her to do because you see Floyd. No, she doesn't.
Don't get it twisted.
Abigail.
We clash all the time. Oh my gosh, but when we clash it's hilarious. It's actually hilarious.
No, I feel Victoria.
We butt heads like fools, like what? I feel like Abigail brings out the worst in me sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
She said that.
That's cute. That's
sees Disney is knobbling.
Oh yeah, Diane, like our inside jokes are absolutely hilarious, especially on the bus journeys in the morning, like especially I can't even put it into words, like that's just how funny Diane is. Emanuela,
Why did you sound? when you said my name, you're like, oh.
I think Emanuela, just her dancing, Jesus is moving. 1, 2, 3, when they dance together, it's scary. No, it's not.
It's like that video you showed.
No, you're 1, you're 2, and you're 3. And with Ayo, it's just the small silly things that she does. Like she will pitch you like
Micro interaction.
someone who's mature and carries conversation. But sometimes, what do you mean?
So you said I don't have conversation?
No, that's not what I meant.
No, you did.
You have, yeah, you have it. It's not always
Why
there.
not?
Ayo, only know me.
When I see something that she's not meant to come on, she's like,
Yeah.
Well, that.
Last question. Do you guys think you're gonna miss this school? Ollie?
I was actually
Why and why not?
but I'm only gonna miss the fact that I'm not gonna be around my friends all the time because we're going to different unis and stuff. But that's it.
I would say I miss it because it's school, because we're not gonna have this kind of system anymore. Like in uni, you don't go to school every day. You don't have to. It's gonna be a different experience. So I'm gonna miss that chapter in my life. But in the school, I mean, it's a nice school. It's a nice area. I like the fresh air. So
It's close.
but there's one part. It's all part of the experience, you know. John Keats, negative criticism.
Okay, Manuel.
Come on.
I think I'm kind of in the middle. I feel like I'll kind of miss it and I kind of won't. I think I'll miss it because what's it called? I won't miss my friends. I won't see my friends every day, and also because I've kind of grown like. I've kind of grown an attachment to like coming to this place every day, and I was thinking about, oh my gosh, I won't take that stupid bus, that stupid bus that comes every 30 minutes and stuff, because I kind of like structure in my life. Why I will not miss it is there's kind of stuff that like happened within the school.
I was gonna say I'm gonna miss this school because I didn't really had any issues with anybody here. Like I was like a free flowing person. I don't comment. So like I feel like I'm gonna miss this school. Like just seeing people around school. Like there's people like I probably don't talk to on a daily basis, but when I see them, like it's all love and I'm just being able to like do that. Cause
it is a nice school.
I think just the familiarity that I've developed around here is gonna be
I think
For me, I don't think I'll miss the school. I don't think I'll miss the school itself, only because I didn't have a problem with anyone, but I don't think it's just the friends that make up the school. Like if you take out the school, if you look at the structure, the teachers and stuff, that stuff I won't miss because I felt like I feel like I didn't fit in at all. In terms of friendship group, that wasn't a problem because I found my friends. That's the only thing. Yeah, and I feel like another thing that I'll miss is just our unity. Like when we have Christian unions together, and just being able to always be in one place. Other than that, I won't miss it.
just walked in and wait.
So I don't know. I think it just depends.
the keyboard warriors, the eighth guy.
I'm sorry.
What?
No, please, man.
Say your
Stop it.
Liar.
I mean, put your back in.